Football commentary: Vietnam vs Indonesia, 19:30 on January 9. Final tickets are waiting. Vietnam vs Indonesia is still a match worth waiting for when the next door is still open for both teams. With the home field advantage in the semi-final second leg, Park Hang-seo's teachers and students have more advantages to hold tickets to the final of the AF Cup 2022. Vietnam vs Indonesia force information. Mr. Shin Tae-yong's ambiguity about the injury of goalkeeper Nadeo Argaonata is finally clear. This keeper played the full 90 minutes in the first leg semi-final and there was no sign of any residual injury. According to information from Indonesian media, coach Shin Tae-yong was fully equipped during the march to My Dinh Stadium. As for the Vietnamese team, despite being scrutinized a lot after hitting the ball more aggressively than necessary, so far, Van Hao has not been penalized. Meanwhile, Van Ton and Hung Dung were given a yellow card during their trip to the semi-final first leg. However, both are still eligible to play in this second leg and will only be suspended if they receive one more yellow card and Vietnam Tel wins tickets to the final. In other words, both Vietnam and Indonesia have preserved the strongest force so far. It is positive information to hope for a quality match. Expected lineups: Vietnam vs Indonesia. Vietnam: Van Lam, Du Man, Ngoc Hai, Tien Dung, Van Hao, Quang Hai, Hoang Duc, Hung Dung, Tan Tai, Tien Lin, Van Duc. Indonesia: Nadeo Argaonata, Rizky Ridho, Asna'i Mangkualam, Pratama Arhan, Fakhruddin Arianto, Jordi Amat, Jakob Sayuri, Rahmat Irianto, Marcelino Ferdinand, Mark Klock, Dendi Sulistiawan. Recent performance: Vietnam vs Indonesia. The deeper you go, the more difficult the matches for Vietnam Tel will be. In fact, Park Hang-seo's army did not face many challenges in the group stage, but faced great difficulties when facing Indonesia in the semi-finals. It is a good fact that Vietnam Tel still maintains a stable performance. Up to this point, we are the only team that has not conceded a goal. It should be known that in the past journey, Mr. Park Hang-seo's students have faced teams with quite sharp attacks such as Singapore, Malaysia, and even Indonesia. The solidity of the defense system, especially goalkeeper Van Lam, along with a little luck helped Vietnam Tel continue to extend the unbeaten streak in the AF Cup 2022 to 5. On the other side of the front line, Indonesia also shows a formidable performance. They also have to face strong opponents, defending champions or championship candidates such as the Philippines, Thailand and Vietnam, but have shown the bravery and professional capacity of a candidate for the trophy. Like Vietnam, Indonesia is unbeaten with 3 wins and 2 draws in the AF Cup 2022. This is not a surprising result because previously, in the preparation journey, Indonesia defeated Curacao in both matches. Friendly, the opponent that Vietnam used to draw in the King's Cup after the official 90 minutes. Bangda Plus commented, "The 0-0 draw against Indonesia gave Vietnam a little advantage when playing the second leg at home. However, this result continued to prolong the series of matches that could not win against the Van Dao team during the past 25 years in the AF Cup of Vietnam. Therefore, the goal of Park Hang-seo's teachers and students in the second leg at My Dinh Stadium must be a victory to break the iceberg that was frozen during that quarter of a century. It is also an order for Vietnam to win tickets to the final." At Bung Karno, Indonesia gave up the defensive style of the majority to attack to aim for a win but failed. Shin Tae-yong's tactical inclination can be explained by the fact that they have the fulcrum at home, the home audience, so their confidence and boldness in the game is also understandable. But in the second leg, Indonesia has to be a guest. All advantages for Mr. Shin Tae-yong's teachers and students are no longer available, so choosing a cautious approach is also a reasonable choice for Indonesia. Although there was a slight disadvantage after the 0-0 flower match, this score was still at the starting point, so Indonesia did not need to win in 90 minutes. They can play slowly to bring the game to the 11M series. If it is 0-0 in 120 minutes, is also a scenario in the calculation. With that nature, it is possible that coach Shin Tae-yong will use the bus building strategy again. Once the opponent plays defensively, Vietnam Tel will definitely face a lot of difficulties. In the first time playing with the three central defenders including Fakhruddin Arianto, Jordi Amat, and Rizky Ridho, Indonesia has really built a solid defense, making every siege of Mr. Park Hang-seo's army like piercing the rock foundation. Therefore, the challenge for Vietnam's strikers in this second leg match is huge. Indonesia's defense is very strong, so first of all, Tien Lin, Van Duke, need to know how to effectively take advantage of the table opportunities created. Because facing an opponent who is likely to defend the majority, and is commanded by a very good Geordie naturalized player, it is unlikely that there will be many opportunities to eat, so if you do not know how to save, you may be charged. Most likely, coach Park Hang-seo also made many adjustments in the starting lineup of Vietnam Tel compared to the semi-final first leg in the direction of increasing attack power. Some players on the list of 11 main kickers in Indonesia are not capable of attacking as well as a few faces on the bench. Another problem is the approach of the match of Vietnam Tel when confronting an entrenched opponent. Malaysia defeated Singapore 3-0 thanks to the transformational talent of Mr. Kim Pan-gon in front of the majority defensive play, while Vietnam's helplessness is a lesson for coach Park Hang-seo and his associates to learn to have more flexibility in tactical operations. Overall, this is a game that is expected to be difficult for Vietnam Tel when Indonesia is a very strong opponent. But with the home ground and a little luck, the belief that Park Hang-seo's teachers and students win tickets to the final is quite bright. Bongda Plus predicts the result of Vietnam vs Indonesia, 1-0.